Hello everyone, welcome to the broadcast for today. It is October 5th. Great to be here with you. I hope you all are doing fantastic today. DC, I would like to say hello to you. How are you doing? Hope you are doing well, Autumn. Thank you. I appreciate that. I hope you are doing awesome as well. And I've had a nice weekend. Anything exciting for the month of October? As it gets colder and colder and colder. Oh, I don't like. I really don't. So, Anyway, we are joined here by our nice mice as well. That's right. Soon it's going to be so cold, I'm going to need to be getting the tea out again. I totally forgot that I do that. Yeah, normally I would have the tea, but it's too hot in the summertime, so wintertime will be coming around. I'll be getting the tea again, which means it's going to be cold, and I'm not sure about that. So, yeah. But I have water. Water is the next best thing. Okay. Let's see. You love the green tea? Well, that is nice. That is nice. Yeah, green tea is all right, I suppose. It's not too bad, but it's not really my favorite. It's really not. We like feet tea. Feet tea. There. Let's see if we can get them into view. There we go. Just how cute. How cute are they? So cute. Indeed. They are the cutest of the bunch. Cutest of the bunch. Ugh. So I just have so much hair all over me. Losing so much. There's so much hair, but it has slowed down, but it's still a bit of hair loss. So. Fortunately, it doesn't really look like it too much. My hair looks good, but yeah, a lot of hair lost, I must say. I wonder if anyone else loses hair around this time of year. Like, it's just a lot. we don't lose anything at all. Nope, not at all. Catmint, great to have you here. How are you doing today? I like that name, Catmint. We don't like kitty cats. No, we don't. That's right. Mice and cats do not get along well. So there will be none of that. Nope, not at all. Not at all. Aren't they just the cutest? Look. They just fit right into your hand here. Anyway. Let's see. It's Melissa like plant. Huh? Like plant. Okay. I mean, okay. So I guess your real name's Melissa, but what do you mean like plant? Like the cat? Catmint? I guess peppermint? Thinking of a plant? I don't know. I don't know. I like peppermint. Peppermint. We don't like catnip. No, we don't. We like ratnip. Ratnip. You need to meditate, DC? Okay, well, maybe this will help you. It'll help steer you in the right direction of being able to do the meditation. Cats adore catmint. It's like Melissa or lemon balm. I don't know what Melissa is. I thought that was okay. Is that a type of herb? I don't know. I've never even heard of catmint either. Interesting. Interesting. Catmint. Let me take a look. Oh, I see. Oh, it is called catnip. Okay. But I guess the other name is catmint. Ah. Oh, interesting. Hmm. I never knew that it says it's related to catnip. Okay, so it's similar. I never knew about that. There you go. We're always learning something. Always learning something here. Thank you for that. The most stress healing herbs. Okay. I have. Let me show you what I have here. Okay. I got this a long time ago. This came in some sort of box that I got or something, and I still have it. I think I even unboxed it on my channel here like years ago, and I still have it. It's the De-Stress Essential Oil. Okay, so sometimes I'll use this. This has it doesn't indicate it may anyway, let's go ahead and use it actually. You can't see the chat? Are you on a phone or on a computer? If you're on a phone, usually the chat on YouTube is below the video, and if you're on a computer, it's usually on the right side of it. Yeah. Maybe you accidentally collapsed it, but yeah, the chat is here. I don't know. You're able to, hang on, you're able to comment in the chat. So you can see the chat. you can see it. You can see it. Okay. I have to look up what things are in here. Let's say it may have, and this actually ties in with what we're to be talking about today, which is relieving stress and doing meditation. I go to their website and it says not found. Okay, lovely. I absolutely love that. And I go to Amazon, it's not found. So obviously this is a rare product. It's discontinued now. Let me just search up ingredients. Okay. The website doesn't work. Okay, it has frankincense, lavender. No, it doesn't have the things that you would mention. Chamomile flower, yang flower. Okay. Yeah, it doesn't have the mention when you did. Okay, you got the chat back. Okay, because I was about to say, if you're commenting in the chat, you see the chat. You can't comment in chat without seeing the chat. So, anyway, sometimes what I can do with this also, I'm gonna put it like around here so you can really smell it. But I guess the company is out of business, so you can't order these anymore. How much do I have in here? I have a lot. It's like put up like here. Maybe that's why they went out of business. Okay, it's like look at the shininess. Maybe that's why they went out of business, because this lasts forever, like years. Everyone could have bought one, and then it will last them for like their whole life. Anyway, okay. Very nice, very nice. So that will relieve some stress. There we go. I just saw a little, what is that? A smiley, a funny face that I saw there. There you go. I can spam them in the chat. There you go. So the funny face. Funny face. Or if you want to do the heart as well. There you go. Ooh. Yum, 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 yum. Too bad we can't make it feet, Rooster. Make it feet. Make it the feet emoji. Let's see, last time I missed your live because I came too early and left. Did I miss anything? No, we haven't really got started yet. We haven't got started on our topic yet, but DC said he needs to meditate, or do you need to meditate as well? That can certainly help. I think meditation is very important, so we shall be talking about some of that stuff. Let's see. Let me check real quick here. Yeah, it's very important to do some sort of meditation and relaxation. It really is. Okay. So yes, I have practiced meditation in various ways. It really depends. It really depends here. I just have to try to find something here. Because it's something that I actually found. I actually found meditation. How long ago was it? Gosh, it was a long time ago. Very, very long time ago. I would say 20 years ago, I guess. I was in my teenager area. Teenage years. Sorry, having a hard time talking. I suppose. Teenager years. So, for me, that was a long time ago. So things have certainly different things here and there. How I do meditation and such. So, yes. Yes. Okay. Let me just check one more thing. Okay. Mice, do you do meditation? I'm going to see if the mice do meditation. Hopefully they do. They do, we actually do feet-atation. That's right. Okay. All right, let me, get this here. Okay. Let's say, okay, slightly personal interest. Do you live by the ocean? Is it cold or warm? I do not live by the ocean, not too close, but it is quite warm today, I must say, but it has gotten cold the past few nights or so. Very, very cold. Very, very cold. Okay, let's slip into meditation land. There we go. Meditation land. We're going to the Zen place, okay? To relax and de-stress. We are in a state of relaxation as we meditate in this nice forest behind me. And we don't need to worry about the woman back there. We're just going to cover her up because I'm taking her place to do meditation, to be your meditation instructor for today, to show you, to guide you on the journey of meditation. Because meditation is very, very important. It's more important than you may think that it is. A lot of people don't really pay much attention to meditation, or they don't really give it as much thought as they possibly should. But for people such as myself, or anyone else who deals with any sort of stress, anxiety, or any sort of other problem, it's very, very important. Sometimes it can be extremely difficult though, especially when you're under a lot of stress. Your thoughts are going all over the place. You're dealing with a lot of stuff. It can be near impossible. So, first we're going to talk about just why it is so important than you may think that it actually is. Especially when it comes to regular meditation, doing meditation on a more regular basis. And what it can really help you with, and why you should start doing it if you notice a lot of things that perhaps you need to get under control within your life. So regular meditation is one of the most important things you can do, because it really does help regulate all sorts of things within your body, not just mental, but also physical as well. Now, it may not necessarily get rid of all of the problems that you have, but it could help you deal and manage them a lot more efficiently. So, much like the person back here, you know, she's just sitting in one place, sitting still. Sure, that can work. That is beneficial, but that's really not something that everyone can do very effectively. It's really not. Sometimes there may need to be some sort of movement incorporated into the meditation practice. So we can talk about that in another segment where we talk about movement during meditation and why that can be beneficial. But when it comes to meditation in general, sitting in one place is usually what we think about when we go into our mind. Sitting in one place, closing our eyes, relaxing, and then we have all of the flood of thoughts coming to us. Just keeps coming and coming and coming, and we just cannot stop it sometimes. This is where I always use the analogy of a train, because your thoughts going through your mind when you're doing a meditation is like a train. It's just full speed, a whole bunch of thoughts just going and going and going, and you try to catch up to it. You try to chase that train down, catching up with your thoughts, thinking all these things, going a whole bunch of different ways, and just your mind is not really focused on being in the present moment, but instead focused on all these thoughts that you have within your mind. And that's a problem, because you cannot chase a train. You can't. You can try. You can try to run after it, but you're just going to get exhausted after a while. It's not going to help you. That's why it's very important to step back for a moment and just watch your thoughts go by. Watch them as if you're an outsider watching your mind and your thoughts, just letting them go by, letting them pass. Because meditation is about calming the mind and being in the present moment. That's what's called mindfulness. When you're mindful, that means that you are in the here and now. What is happening right this very moment? When you close your eyes and do a meditation, some of the stuff you may be going through your mind is, oh, I have to do this tomorrow. I have that to do. I got this, it's like, oh, and there may be some anxiety or stress about something that is going on within your life, or something that is going to be happening very soon. And then you start thinking about stuff that you did in the past problems, past issues, past regret. Gosh, I wish I said this to someone. I wish I didn't do that activity. I wish I never went to that place. I wish I never did those things. So again, you're really not in the present moment. Instead, you're focused on these things that are in the past or in the future. But what's happening right here in the present moment is something that is not any of those things. It's calmness and relaxation and peace. That's what's happening in the present moment right now. You may hear sounds during meditation, and you just learn to let those go. You hear them and you let them go. You don't fixate your attention on them. You just let them be and let them go. So what are some of the main benefits of doing a meditation? Well, it can really help your mental and physical health in many, many, many ways. So how can that be? How can it really help both your mental and physical health? Well, it's because when you lessen the stress within your mind, the things that are stressing you out the most, that relaxes your body more, so that you're not all tight and tense, and you don't develop any sort of negative ill health consequences of all of the stress that you're under. Because when you're under a high level of stress, what happens is that your body begins to break down easier. It's easier for you to have some sort of physical problems start to develop, which is why it's very important to get your mental health in check as well, so that you don't develop a lot of those physical health symptoms. But it also helps with your mental health as well. So if you have any sort of mental health disorder or problem, it can really help you understand why things have happened to you the way that they have, and for you to get into better terms with the things that are troubling you. So for me, I've certainly dealt with a very rough past upbringing, all the problems that I had and everything. And it was through meditation that I was able to get to a point where I'm able to look back at those events and not feel as though it's dragging me down. It doesn't feel as though I can think about it and just be instilled with a bunch of negativity and fear. Instead, I can be thankful for the negative events that happened that shaped me into a better person. Meditation can also help regulate your emotions better. Our emotions can be all over the place. We can feel intense anger, sadness, even happiness, to the point of we're a bit delusional as to what we're expecting something to happen, or we're anticipating something much greater than what would actually happen, which leads to disappointment. So it can really help bring you down if you're up too high, and it can raise you up if you're feeling too low. And it allows you to be able to regulate your emotions a lot better. So if someone does something or says something really mean and hateful to you, instead of you quickly reacting and wanting to, get into some sort of argument with them, or even some sort of like physical altercation with that person, it will allow you to take a step back from the ego and relax your mind and see things much more clearly. Because that is what really meditation does. It really detaches you from the ego. The more that you do it, the easier it is for you to detach from the ego part of yourself. And the ego is basically the front that we put on to the world. It is something that is part of us that we cannot escape from. It can protect us, absolutely, but it also does a lot of harm when it comes to regulating emotions or fixating on something, thinking about future, thinking about the past. That is what the ego does. It's so fixated on those things to the point where it is very self-destructive, and it makes you feel really, really bad. So you being able to manage your emotions through mindfulness and meditation allows you then to be able to regulate that ego a little bit better. You can't get rid of it entirely. You will be fixated at times on certain things, on certain people, on certain events going on within your mind and your life, but it allows you to take a step back and realize maybe it's not as important as you're actually thinking. And that last major benefit of meditation, it really does connect you with your true self and what you want out of life. Because if you feel very lost and disconnected, it's often because you're not in alignment with who you truly are. Who you truly are deep down is someone that is far beyond than the labels that you give yourself. So if you give yourself all these labels as to who you think that you are, but you don't feel fulfilled in life, it's because you're not really doing what your true calling is in life. And doing meditation really allows you to connect with the deeper part of you past all of the surface level stuff. And then you're able to truly connect with who you truly are at the deepest part. You're able to understand things more intuitively. You're able to understand yourself and the world and why things are the way that they are. And you won't be as upset or fearful or afraid if something happens in your life. But of course, we're all human beings. We're going to get afraid from time to time. Things are going to happen that are going to be very, very bad, and it could set us back. It could set us back for a bit. But we have to remain strong during the tough times and continue with the meditation no matter how difficult it is. And realize that there's always a positive way towards our future. And that comes with relaxing the mind and body and just connecting with who you truly are. So those are a lot of the benefits of meditation. And of course, as I mentioned, you can do it like this woman, or you can do a moving meditation. So I will discuss that in our next segment about doing a movement meditation and why that can be very beneficial for you. Okay, I would like to say hello to Jelly Garlic. Jelly Garlic. Oh man, honestly, I would like to try some of that garlic jelly. I've had pepper jelly before. Never had garlic jelly. Have you ever had garlic jelly? I've never seen it. Let me look that up, and I'll read over your comments in just a minute. I'll read over your comments in just a minute. Garlic jelly. Yep, there it is. You know what I really like? Let me show you an image of this. I like garlic. I like onion. I like all that stuff and everything. Let me show you something that I like here. I don't think I can find the brand that I use that I like. But oh wait, is this the brand? Yes, this is the brand. I found it. So this is not garlic jelly, but this is something amazing that I love, and probably no one has had it here except for me. Here it is. This is garlic pickle, also known as garlic achar, which is an Indian condiment. And it's in this red spicy paste. Oh, it's so good. It really is. Yummy. Yummy. Here we go. Let's zoom in on that amazing deliciousness right there. There we go. Yes. Very, very tasty. I've tried a bunch of them. Like they have a bunch of different varieties of those pickles, achar. So I've tried a lot of different ones. Anyway, I don't even know how we got on that topic. I guess because we're talking about garlic jelly. Anyway, you know me. You talk about food, I will get distracted. I will get distracted when you start talking about food. Anyway, let me see what messages that I have missed here. Meditation in the near the ocean or the sea. Oh, that sounds good. Yes, that would be very relaxing. That would be. Okay, meditation same as like doing a smudge cleansing ritual. That's different. I mean, you can make it part of a meditation, yes. But usually meditation is going within your mind and relaxing and clearing out the clutter. Or rather allowing the clutter to dissipate. See, one time I was meditating and I had my eyes closed tightly and I focused on my breathing. Then I felt like I sunk into my bed. My stomach got that tickle feeling that you get on a roller coaster. It scared the crap out of me. Oh, interesting, interesting. Who wants to hear my meditation story here? I mean, it happened a long time ago. It hasn't happened since. But I've shared this before, but in case this was a long time ago, I probably shared it. So probably most people won't remember. Oh, we see hearts in the chat. That's right, boy. Here you go. Ooh, yum 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 yum. They like to eat them. They like to eat them. So let me finish first reading your comments, and then I'll tell you about my meditation story. This is a meditation all about balancing all 5 elements like water, earth, spirit, and fire. Earth, and the intention is to find your purpose. Is meditation possible without cleansing and setting an intention and drawing the line as a result? Okay, so meditation, to put it very simply, is none of those things. You can incorporate those things into a meditation. But meditation is mostly just about relaxing your mind and being mindful in the present moment. That's really what the foundation of meditation is. It's not even about having a goal. Don't even come into it with a goal, because if you have a goal, what's going to happen? You're going to be disappointed. Things are not going to work out the way that you intended, and then you may never like it. So don't try to force anything. You can't force anything. Let's see, I love cleaning. It clears my body doing basic chores. Okay. So my meditation story, to briefly sum it up, this happened when I guess it happened about 20 years ago, maybe a little less, maybe like I was either 15 or 16, possibly 17. So 20 years ago, basically. Okay? So I was doing a meditation. And I had a candlelight in my room, and I was relaxing. I was laying on my bed. And I got really relaxed and really deep into the meditation. And then it became like an out-of-body, near-death type of experience. Where, if you ever heard people talking about, like, when you die, you go towards the light. It's like that's usually what you see. And then, sometimes you hear like people say like there's like a man who stands at the entrance to this light, like the gate or whatever. So I was approaching that. I was going towards that light, and I saw the figure there. It was kind of like a human shaped figure, but I really couldn't see like any sort of details. And I had asked this person, whatever it was, this entity, I said, what if nothing actually exists? Or what if we don't actually exist? Something along those lines. And then all of a sudden, everything felt like it was starting to disappear. Like everything was ceasing to exist in life. It was like everything was just an illusion. Everything was just made up. Like I was about to just cease from existing if we existed at all. And that startled me, and then I woke up. And I'm like, oh wow, what was that I had experienced? I don't know. But it was very interesting. It was very, very interesting. So I have not had experiences like that recently at all. Nothing that intense. But that was my most intense meditation that I did. It really is. The other thing I guess I can do, and this is not even with meditation, I can do it especially with the lights being off. I mean, I guess if the lights are on, I can still kind of do it. So if it's like dark in my rooms and it's nighttime, I can close my eyes and I can basically see the layout of my room and everything, and just kind of navigate it very, very easily with my eyes closed, and it's like perfectly dark. I don't even need to see anything. I can just go. It's like I don't bump into anything, and it's like I even know exactly where everything is. It's like I need to get something in the other room. So literally, it's dark. I cannot see. I have my eyes closed. I go in there, and I'm able to grab a drawer exactly. I'm able to open it up. I'm able to get the item that I want, all without actually seeing it at all. So, of course, maybe some of that is also like the muscle memory of, living in this area here. But it's like I can do all that without seeing a thing. But it's like I can see it within my mind's eye almost, if that makes sense. It's like I close my eyes and I can like see, but I can't physically see, if that makes sense. So yeah, that's something interesting. That it really is. So, is it already? We're already 40 minutes in? Where did the time go? I think it's like, that's something else. If you do meditation, the time just flies by. Maybe have we been doing meditation? Maybe. We're going to switch this now. There we go. There's a woman here. She's moving during meditation. She's going to be there. She's going to be right at my head, pushing my head. This woman here, she's pushing my head. She wants to push it away. It's like, there, woman. I will stay out of your way as you're doing this meditation. Because she's doing a movement meditation. Movement meditation may be just the thing you want to do if you struggle with sitting down, not being able to concentrate. Doing a movement can actually be very beneficial. So I think for me, starting with a movement meditation is probably the best thing with how my mind is for right now. So meditation, can it involve movement? And yes, it can, absolutely. So you may think you can just sit in one spot, you know, like perfectly still, focus your mind. That's not going to work for everyone. Instead, sometimes you have to move. You really do. Now, of course, meditation is about being mindful. It's about being in the present moment. So that doesn't mean you have to stay still. It could mean that your mind is more engaged in an activity, such as movement, or I can even say doing other activities, even like writing. Reading can be a form of meditation. Anything that brings you to the present moment and makes you feel a sense of relaxation can be considered meditation. So what are some various movement meditations we can do, just as this woman here? So there's various meditations we can do with movement, such as yoga. I've done yoga for very, very long time. I don't do it too frequently. I prefer more rigorous exercise as opposed to just a yoga, but occasionally, like maybe like a few times a month, I would do a yoga, but it's not part of my regular everyday activity. But it is part of my workout activity occasionally. So I will incorporate some yoga moves into that. Now, yoga is very interesting because if we get the idea of what yoga is with the gentle movements, the certain poses, some people may think it is very, very easy because it's like, okay, you're just moving this way, that way. But yoga can actually be probably much harder than doing a workout, whether it be like some sort of strength training workout or any sort of other like cardio workout. It can actually be way harder than both of those. And it's because of how you have to move your body, the certain positions you have to do that make it quite a bit harder. So yoga can actually be one that can challenge you, but if you find that you're not in a calm state when you're doing it, it may not be for you, or you're trying to do something that is far above your skill level. So start something lower. What are some other movement meditations here? You can also try Tai Chi as well. This is something that I've done. I've only done it like maybe like once or twice or so, and this was a long time ago. That was very weird. That was very weird. I just have to interrupt that for a moment. I was talking, and like something had moved like out of my mouth, it seemed like, and it was like, okay, it was a little bit of a spit thing. But then something was like floating, and I look, and it was a bubble. It's like I blew a little tiny bubble of spit. I have never seen that. What the heck? Okay, that was very interesting. But anyway, Tai Chi, yes, Tai Chi can be something that is is a type of movement. Maybe that's what this woman is doing here, some sort of Tai Chi. Very, very also good for relaxation. I really have enjoyed that when I've done that. Also, Qigong as well is also another practice I've done a handful of times, probably more than a handful of times actually. I've probably done it a fair amount of times. So that's also focused on movement, the breath, relaxation, mindfulness. This is all sorts of meditation procedures. So out of all of these, I like all three of them. The one that I probably like the most would probably be Qigong, and then maybe yoga kind of shortly after that, possibly. But I haven't done Tai Chi in a very, very long time, so I don't really remember too much about that. But I enjoy all those because they help relax your mind and they move your body. What it does is allows you to focus on your breath. You move your body and you let go of the stress within your body. And you can do this, let's say you do this for a half hour, okay? Half hour of a movement, maybe even 15 minutes if that's all you can do. Do a movement, relax, and then Here is the beauty of this. When you do these relaxation movements, your whole mind and your body become more calm and relaxed, and that allows you to more easily do a calm relaxation where you're perfectly still. So this is something that I have found, because recently I have struggled a lot with doing a meditation where I'm perfectly still. It's like I can't just jump right into it. It just does not work. But if I do a movement first, focusing on some sort of movement throughout my body, usually with like a hand movement, focus on breathing, relaxing my mind and my body, then when that is calm enough, I'm able to actually sit down and relax my mind and just be perfectly still, far easier than just sitting down and trying to do a meditation. So for me, it allows me to focus a lot easier. So these are all things you can do when it comes to a movement meditation. You can try yoga, you can try Qigong, you can try Tai Chi, and you can do these various sorts of movement meditations to really help relax your mind, relax your body. Then that eventually allows you to work up to the point where you're able to sit down, calm and relaxed, and be mindful of what's happening in the present moment. Even just going for a walk can be considered a form of meditation, especially if your mind is clear, your mind is relaxed, and things are very calm. So maybe you even want to go for a walk before you actually are perfectly still with your physical body. But don't ever neglect any sort of meditation procedure that you want to do here. Whatever it is, a routine of meditation should certainly be a very big priority. So do something when it comes to meditation, and you will find that you are so much happier, healthier, and you're able to manage your emotions a lot more effectively. It won't be perfect, but you'll be on your way to a much more stable place than if you didn't do it. All right. So that is the movement meditation. Okay, woman, you are done. There. We're going back to my room now. A sprint, does 300 meters count as meditation? A sprint, I mean, I'm not going to say no as long as you're like focused, you know? But hey, you know, floating in water is calming until you think of sea monsters in a chlorine-filled pool. Oh no! I think you meant feet monsters. That's right. Feet monsters. Anyway, I will be giving out some gift subs at the end of this broadcast, so be sure to stay tuned for that. What lucky people are going to get it? Is it going to be people in the chat today, or is it going to be people not in the chat? I don't know. Sometimes it's a little mix of both. But we're going to end our stream momentarily. We have one final thing to do for the first full week of October here. Let's see what it brings us. The year's coming to an end. We have 3 months left. Does anyone have any exciting things they want to finish by the end of this year? Any exciting things? Okay. So, let's see. I want to finish renovating my bathroom. We're in there, so don't destroy it, please. We're actually in that bathroom right now. That's right. You heard the mice. They are in the bathroom right now. Which means do not disturb them while they are in there, or else. Or else you will be in a world of hurt. Anyway, let's do our tarot reading for the week ahead. So this is going to be for October 6th through October 12th. So let's go ahead down. Go ahead down. So we're going to draw our 3 cards today. Oh, one already came out here. I'm going to put that right back in because I feel as though that was a bit too premature. It was. Okay, so I feel like I'm just going to draw this time as opposed to shuffling and then having a card come out. Although I feel as though actually, you know what? I'm thinking this. Yeah, we're going to do something a little bit different. Kind of what I'm feeling today. There. This will be for... this one said middle of the week. That's what we shall draw for the middle. I know it's kind of getting cut off right now, but this one would be for the beginning. Beginning or end? Beginning more, I think. This one would be for the end. Okay. So now we have our 3 card for the beginning, middle, and end of the week. Let's go ahead and see what we have in store here. What sort of things are going to happen for this week? There we go. Make sure we can actually see everything correctly now. All right. So what do we have for the beginning of the week? Our first full week in October. We have the Judgment cards. Let's take a look at this. Judgment, Reflection, Reckoning, Awakening. There it is. Okay. This is an interesting card here. As you can see, the woman blowing on this trumpet, I guess, and then there's a bunch of men in the background. You can probably barely tell that there's actually people back there, but there are indeed people back there. So, Judgment. Judgment is known as the karmic card. So, the results of the seeds you have previously planted and your past efforts are now being rewarded. So, it could indicate some sort of renewal or things coming back to life. Could indicate that there is a possible new start to the situation that you have at hand here, or things are positively moving forward in your direction. So some sort of rejuvenation, some sort of feeling of being happiness and new beginnings, or some sort of continuation with positive things happening within your life. Very, very positive things. Okay, so let's see now for the middle of the week here. Okay, we have another major arcana card. This is very interesting because normally we don't get too many of those, but now we have another one. This one is the High Priestess. Take a look at this. There she is here. I like this card. I've seen this card so many times, honestly. This is one that I have seen countless times, actually. Countless times. Could indicate your intuition, your inner voice, things that maybe you may not even be aware of, things that are a bit hidden from you that you have to connect with on a deeper level to really understand. So things that are coming to a light in your life. This could be very, very positive things within your life coming to light, coming to surface. And when you combine it with this one, it sounds like there's going to be some new beginnings here that are really going to help shape your future in a much more positive direction and bring you some clarity regarding certain situations within your life. Things that have yet to be explored will make themselves known to you. And then for the weekend ahead, let's see what we have. Oh my gosh, this is just filled with major arcana cards, I see. We have so many. Okay. Okay, so this one here, this is the Temperance. Wow. Honestly, quite amazing, I must say. Quite amazing that we got 3 major Arcana cards here. And you saw what I did to actually pick those cards. Okay. So this one I've always looked at as managing emotions here, or just having a calm approach. Because as you can see, she's kind of balancing water and fire. So it can be about having patience and having some sort of balance as well. Balancing your emotions in some sort of way. Especially when there's a lot of turmoil, a lot of things that are just a bit chaotic within your life. It sounds like a lot of clarity is going to be made, but managing your emotions and just being calm and patient through this process. This is going to be a very changing, life-altering process that's going to be unfolding before your eyes here. So, very, very interesting. So there's going to be a lot of positivity, a lot of things that are going to come into fruition here that are going to really help your life, especially if you've been through some negative times recently, or a lot of negative situations that have brought you a lot of grief or turmoil. It's time for you to know some answers regarding some situations. It's time for some clarity to be made known. And just approach it with a very positive mindset. And you'll be able to, if you balance those emotions, a lot of positive things can come to you. So with all this here, these are all women as well. So it can indicate some sort of major femininity, whether it be with you or someone that you interact with, or some sort of you being able to connect with your inner feminine as well, being able to connect with your emotions, your deeper intuition within you, things that are deep within you, your more feminine traits and values. So very, very interesting, very, very interesting. And I just noticed none of that was centered. It's centered at the very end. It's centered at the very end. Yes, I like that. Okay, so there we go. Very, very good reading to end it on here. Okay, let's say meditation is different for everyone. For someone, could driving or showering. Yes, exactly. Doing something out of clay. Absolutely, all those can be considered meditation. Let's see, what an interesting reading, even though I don't believe in tarot. I've had my ups and downs okay, so listen, I've had tarot cards for many years. Let me see when I actually bought this pack here. It has been a long time. Long time. I'm not going to go into my story because it's... I bought I bought these tarot cards. 2013. 12 years ago. I was studying the book of them. I just really didn't feel connected to them. I went to tarot groups and classes, and it's like, I wasn't really connected with them. But this year, at the beginning of this year, some absolutely wild stuff happened, and I'm like, okay, I believe in it now. I believe in it now because some crazy stuff happened. So I'm not going to get into detail about all that, but now I do believe in it. I have seen things come true in the readings that I've done for other people. I did a reading for myself a few months back, just kind of asking for 3 things. Like what was happening, certain things happening in my life, like by the end of this year. One of those things has already had come true, and it was a negative thing, but I wasn't expecting it the way that it had happened. So I don't know. It's just, let me tell you this. Things are absolutely wild, for sure. Especially when you tell me this, and I know you may not believe it, but would you believe it if you've done several tarot readings and you get the same card again and again and again? multiple times. And you're like, it has to be this deck. Why do I keep getting the same card? Then you go online and you do a tarot reading online, and it has you pick 2 cards. And then you see those 2 cards, and then you just pick one, and it flips it over, and it's that same card again. And then you're like, all right. I believe it, because what are the odds of that? Let me tell you what the odds are. 0. Basically 0 odds. Literally impossible. Impossible odds. What a great reading. Well, I'm glad that you have enjoyed it. That it hopefully it helps. See, and now I don't see that card anymore. See, I completed a couple of Czech language lessons watching you. What's language lessons? What do you mean language lessons? I don't understand. What's it called when someone likes doing many things at the same time simultaneously? Multitasking. When someone likes to multitask. Duolingo? Yeah, but you said watching me. You said you completed some languages watching me. I guess you were doing it as you were watching and you weren't listening? Or paying attention as well to your Duolingo? I don't know. I've never used Duolingo. I've heard some things about it. But interesting. Okay. Anyway, let's see what amazingness y'all get here. So how do I do this? Where are you? There you are. Okay. So who's ready? Watching and learning at the same time. That's multitasking. I can't do that at the same time. I can't. Who's got him? Who's got him? No one in this chat, of course. Congratulations, Baijan. You have a membership. Ariel the Mermaid, congratulations. You have a membership. Eden1312, congratulations on the membership. Harmony, congratulations on the membership. And then finally, one more. Which it doesn't want to show. RX Queen. RX Queen, congratulations on the membership. So all of you have a 1-month membership to the channel, which gets you early access to new videos. And you are welcome to continue your membership to support the channel afterwards. And if you have not been gifted a membership, you can become a member at any time. $5 up and above the second tier will get you early access, or the lowest tier is just $1 if you would like to support my channel or anything else along those lines. So I would like to thank all of you for tuning into this broadcast. I will be live again next week. Next week's discussion will be very, very interesting, so you don't want to miss it. It'll probably be one of my favorite topics that I talk about. So very, very interesting. Very, very interesting. That's right. And it's not food. It's not food. Anyway, I want to thank you all so very much for tuning in. You all take care. Have a great week ahead. And I will see you all again very soon. Bye. That's right. This does not work after I do the tarot. It gets cursed. Bye.